Today it's all about stripes. Do you ever get a piece of striped fabric and then wonder what to do with it? Or maybe you just avoid that completely. So my take is this: fear not the stripes. I'll show you lots of cool ways to use them. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. Today we're going to talk about how to use stripes when you're working with a 3-yard quilt. I actually like stripes and discovered that the very first quilt I ever made, I had actually purchased stripes to use on it because no one ever told me that I was supposed to be afraid of using stripes. And since then, I've used them multiple times. I think they add a lot of interest to a quilt. And so today, all of our fabrics include at least one stripe. So let's get started with how to use stripes in your 3-yard quilts. This is the first one that we're going to talk about, and this one's gallery. Now, first of all, I love gallery, but look at this little tip. You can actually use stripes so that you do not have to match up the stripes, and they're kind of like freestanding. So here you have a rail fence, and the way we cut our stripes, you just put these 3 pieces together, and then you border these. It is so super easy. Let me show you how that works. All right, our fabric today is the Lights Fantastic. All right, so I picked this as the focus fabric. The focus fabric is going to go in the number 1 position of the pattern. So when you're reading your pattern, you will look for your focus fabric to go in the number 1 position every time. The second fabric is your light. That becomes the backdrop for your quilt so you can see the cool design. Because this is light and this is light, it's going to truly show off the design I intended on this quilt. Now you compare these two without your focus fabric and come up with your light and your dark. So fabric number 1, focus. Fabric number 2 is light. Fabric number 3 is dark. All right, and the stripe on this one works perfectly by doing a unit, and the pattern will show you how to do that so that your stripes are here and here, and then you sew another piece here, and because you're joining at the end and not trying to butt the same stripe up to each other, it looks great. This one is called Lights Fantastic, 8021393. Gallery is your pattern, and Modern Views is your book. It is available as an individual. You will get 1 free pattern with every kit that you purchase, or if you want to skip taking the little pattern, buy 3 kits, you can get the book instead. Just write the name in the comments section of your order. Okay, this one is a pattern called Pretty Please, and oh, thank you. The talking quilt, it corrected me on that one. Okay, so this one's called Picture Perfect, and it has a big block, and then it has a secondary block that has been sashed. So we do have some of this fabric. We do have this fabric.
Green Meadows.
Thank you. However, we're not talking about this fabric today because we want to show you how to use stripes, and this one didn't have any stripes. So we'll put that up here. I've got pieces and parts for you so we can show you how to use stripes in this cool quilt. Okay, this is our downloadable book called Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts. It's only available as a downloadable, but all of the patterns are also available as individuals. So we printed it out and put it in page protectors like this, so that you could just open it up and put these pages in there, and then you'll turn over to Picture Perfect. Now, every time that most of the time I use strip piecing like this, you're going to sew 3 long pieces together, and then you're going to cut those into units, and this is your unit here. So then you're going to sew the pieces on the side. So we're going to do that on top of your block here. So this one will get pieces sewed to the top and the bottom, and then we cut a unit at that point. so that you have this going on in your B block. Then this is sewn on the side and on the side. And so see how we use the stripes here? It is still a striped background, but it's not having to match up to any place else, so it's a great way to use your stripes. And then for our secondary block, oh, let me put that one down here. It's a little bit easier for you to see. Here's our secondary block. So you have your A block and your B block, and we'll crop that out so you can see what a cute quilt this is going to be and how those stripes play so perfectly in this particular quilt. Okay, let's take these away and show you the fabrics. All right, so we have Happy Days is the name of this particular bundle of fabric, 8021233. Happy Days. Picture Perfect is your pattern. And your fabrics, up close and personal, you've got your number 1 fabric. You compare these two, get your light for number 2, your dark for number 3. This is a really cute quilt kit. Pattern, Picture Perfect. It is in that download only book, so you can either take the individual pattern or you can select a book when you buy 3 kits. Okay, we're going to use the same one and show you another way to use stripes on this particular quilt. So this one, oh, this is such a fresh, just makes me want to have a nice tall icy glass of juice. So pretty, all these fun fruits. Then you have your number 2 fabric, and again you compare the two. Now in some ways you might say, well, this looks a little lighter than this one. You can use any fabric in any position. Now the last time I put my stripe in the B block, this time I want to use the stripe out here, so I know that the number 3 fabric has to go in the stripe has to be the number 3 fabric in this particular set. So we've got our fruit, we have our number 2, and we have our number 3. Now let's look at some great, so here's our A block. It's just cut like so. And then you're going to do your pieces and parts, and you sew the pieces together, you cut them into units. All right, then we're going to sew this on top of the sides like so, and like so. And we'll crop that out so you can see it. It's just so much easier to see with white right up against it, isn't it? Alrighty, there we go. Now that is going to be a fun quilt. And once again, no problem using those stripes at all. All right. So once again, just quickly looking at this one. Focus fabric 2 and 3, a great combination. This one's called Fruit Punch. 8021394. Picture Perfect is your pattern. It's from the download only book, Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is So Quick. So Quick is just exactly that. It's so quick. If you want a quilt and you need it tomorrow, this is the one to do. You can make it in about 4 or 5 hours. You have a big 10-inch block and you have 5-inch 4-patch here. And look how we've done the individual blocks or stripes. That's pretty simple and easy. And then the stripe is on the border. So another great way to use the stripes without them having to be matched up. Now, we do have on order a secondary kit of this, so you can check that out on our website. It'll be just a little while before all of the fabrics come in, but then we'll have a secondary. It's got a stripe, it has the same polka dot and the same flower. Okay, this one is what we're recommending as a secondary choice for this pattern. 8021395, Paisley Noir. It's the So Quick pattern, and it's the Quilt Favorites download only book. You got this great paisley. It's going to go in the number 1 spot. The number 2 is going to be the stripe. It's the opposite of this black and white stripe is this white and black stripe. And then for a pop of color for number 3, we've chosen the red. That's going to go everywhere that you see the polka dot. All right, so that one again is Paisley Noir, 8021395. Okay, this one is called Rail Fence. Rail Fence is a super easy one to make as well because you have one block, a rail fence, and it's just turned back and forth, back and forth. So you can get this one put together in a hurry because you're going to sew those long strips together and then you're going to cut them into blocks. This one is called Violet Bouquet. I do not have this fabric, but we want you to see those quilts. So we do show you the sizes. This particular one is 44 by 62. Your number 1 fabric is going to go where you see the florals. The number 2 fabric is going to be where you see this yellow and aqua strip here. And the number 3 fabric is going to be this diamond stripe. And it's going to go here, it'll go here, and it'll also go out on this section as well. So once again, we're not causing you to have to match up stripes. Every one of them are like standalone on the quilt. 8021396, Violet Bouquet, Rail Fence, Quick and Easy 3-yard quilt is the book, and it is a download only. All right, and we have another one that we're recommending for Rail Fence, and this one is called Disco Dots. Disco Dots has this, I like patterned fabrics together. Let's put the third one in there. I didn't pick it up. There we go, Disco Dots. And that is your number 1 fabric. It's going to go in this section. Now this time we're using the stripe a little different. The last time when we made this pattern that we showed you, the stripes were in the borders and here. This time this is going to be here. So you're going to get a great look with these stripes up against this strip right here. So you've got your disco dots and you've got your stripes here and here. The number 3 is the aqua. It's going to go in every place you see the purple. Okay, this one is 8021397, Disco Dots. Then Rail Fence is your pattern. It's from the Quick and Easy 3-yard quilt book. There are only 4 of these remaining. And remember, when you've got 2 kits, you can make a twin, and 4 kits will make a king-queen. So it's real easy to make these larger. You're seeing lap-size quilts, and super easy to make them into a larger size. Okay, this one is called Porch Rails. It's similar to the Rail Fence, but on this one we put a block in there, and I love to sit on my porch, and one day I was designing this one and I said, I'm going to call it Porch Rails. So here's my porch and here are my rails. You have to know when it comes to naming over 100 quilt patterns, you sometimes have to stretch your imagination to get those names. So we're going to put that one up here, and we have more pieces and parts for you. Now this is available as an individual pattern. It's also available in our book, 3-yard, pretty darn quick 3-yard quilts. And here's our instructions for this one. You're going to make a strip set. You're going to cut this block, and this block is the one that you see right here. So you've got your rail fence here, here, and here. It's going to surround those blocks. So let's look at that. First of all, you need a square. That's a pretty simple thing to do, isn't it? And we'll go ahead and give you a couple of squares here. And then you're going to make a strip piece that looks like this. You can see your strip piece. You cut off of the end of this, you're going to cut your blocks like so. So these got cut right off of the end. And now you have that great stripe that is going to be in this quilt with, again, not matching, not having to match up anything. So we're going to put that one here. We have a second block here. This one just gets turned like so. Now let's get our croppers and we'll show you how this looks with some of that color cropped off. This one is going to be lots of fun. All right, there you go. And with this one, it is called Porcelain Garden 8021393. Porch Rails is your pattern. The book is pretty darn quick, and you can either skip the little pattern, buy 3 kits and get the book, or you can take an individual pattern with every one of your kit purchases. Okay, this one is called Pretty Please, and this one is a block and then a wide-sashed block with a smaller piece in there. It's great for showing off your focus prints, and then this is just a nice, interesting block to go along with the secondary one. So we're going to do this a little bit different. We are going to put the stripes, and this is kind of a modified stripe. You would end up with the same issue if you were trying to match your strips up. So we chose to put this in the large block. It's going to be a very colorful, modern looking quilt. Then you pick out your lightest of the 2 remaining. So the red is going to go here, and your black is going to go here and here. A very modern looking quilt. This one is 8021399 brush strokes. Pretty Please is your pattern, and it is only available as an individual pattern. It's not in any of my books. But do remember that because with 3-yard quilts, I write every one of the patterns so that you can use 3 1-yard cuts. So it's very easy for you to switch places in the 1, 2, and 3 if you want to move the stripe around and have it in the main block, or if you want it in the number 2 spot or the number 3 spot, you decide on that. We do have 7 different books in print. We have 3 more that are download only. We have a great special on the 7 that are in print. If you want to check it out on our website, you can get all 7 books for a special price and free shipping. If you're thinking about some of the stripes that you might have in your stash, just keep in mind that these are great stash busters. They're only $15.99 each if you buy a book. And if you know that you've got some stripes that you've been avoiding in your stash, it's a good time to use those up. So Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe, thanks for joining us. And remember, fear not the stripes. They're fun to play with, and they make a great quilt. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to leave us a comment. We love talking with you, and we will answer every one of your comments. The subscribe button is right below, so you want to click on that. Then right next to that is a bell. If you click the bell, it will make sure you get notification each time we post a new video. So have a great day. Donna Robertson.